Coco Kids. Don't forget to subscribe.
Once upon a time in the magical land of Fluffington, there lived a mischievous little bunny named Bubbles. Bubbles was known far and wide for his love of carrots and his talent for getting into all sorts of trouble. One sunny morning, Bubbles woke up with a twinkle in his eye and a mischievous grin on his face. He had a brilliant idea. He was going to prank his best friend, Fluffy the squirrel. Bubbles hopped over to Fluffy's treehouse, where Fluffy was busy gathering nuts for the winter. Bubbles crept up behind Fluffy and shouted, "Ooh!" Fluffy jumped so high that he dropped all of his nuts, sending them flying in every direction. Bubbles burst into giggles, rolling on the ground with laughter. Fluffy couldn't help but laugh too, realizing that Bubbles had pulled off another one of his silly pranks. But the fun didn't stop there. Bubbles and Fluffy spent the rest of the day playing games, chasing each other round the meadow, and causing all sorts of mischief. They even managed to sneak into Farmer McGregor's garden and steal some of his prized carrots, much to the farmer's dismay. As the sun began to set, Bubbles and Fluffy sat down by the pond, their bellies full of stolen carrots. They looked up at the sky, watching as the stars began to twinkle overhead. Bubbles turned to Fluffy and said, "You know, Fluffy, even though we may get into trouble sometimes, I wouldn't trade our friendship for anything in the world." Fluffy smiled and nodded, knowing that no matter what adventures they found themselves in, they would always have each other's backs. And so, Bubbles and Fluffy drifted off to sleep under the twinkling stars, dreaming of their next silly escapade in the magical land of Fluffington. And so, dear friends, remember that sometimes a little mischief and laughter can make life all the more fun. Just like Bubbles and Fluffy. Embrace your inner silliness and never forget the joy of friendship. Until next time, keep hopping along with a smile on your face and a twinkle in your eye. The end.